There is no denying it now. With all the factors being taken in, it seems like the Miami Heat, and specifically Bam Adebyo, are out trying to recruit Luka to Miami. I'm here to break down all of the new information that we have that makes us believe that Luka may be on the way out of LA, and how Bam Adebyo and this Miami Heat organization have put themselves in a very good position to become the favorites to acquire Luka once he does depart from LA. We'll break down all of that on this episode of Heat Digest, but first remember to scroll down and click that subscribe button, as nearly 90% of you guys watching this video are not currently subscribed to the channel. We do appreciate all the love and support. Help us hit our new goal of 3,000 subscribers. We do appreciate it. But now let's get to it and break down, is Luka being recruited to Miami? Now, if you don't know what I'm referencing or talking about, Bam Adebyo was a part of, or is a part of, the Jordan team, as well as Luka and a bunch of other noticeable, incredible athletes, not only in the NBA, but across the world of sports. Now, over the last few days, you guys saw that picture in the intro video, if you will, of Bam and Luka having a good time at that Jordan event. And that wasn't the only pictures that went viral all over the internet. There was a series of videos that were placed on Instagram or Snapchat, as well as a bunch of other photos involving these two and a bunch of other known athletes. And it seemed like these guys were just having the best time together, and they just seemed like they are already best buds. Now, it's not the first time they've been involved together in one thing or another, All-Star games, as well as just the All-Star weekends. We've seen these guys come together before, just never in this actual setting where they are obviously not on a basketball court. They are at an event, which looks to be some high-class dinner, all-white type of party, as everyone seems to be dressed in whites in one way or another. This is very intriguing. Bam Adebyo, in a series of these videos, when speaking to Luka, was very energetic, very just, it sounded like one boy talking to another one of his boys, and it felt very friendly, it felt very hospitable, and it felt like there was a real friendship there between the two. And I couldn't imagine if these two guys were on the same basketball team together, and I can't wait to see if there's an actual chance it happens. Now, is there a real chance that Luka ends up out of LA? Yes, that is real. That is not just me being an optimistic Heat fan hoping to cause a bunch of speculation and drama amongst a bunch of rumors and Snapchat videos and pictures. That's not the case. We have a few things we're going to break down. The first one from Lakers Daily on Twitter. They are a credible source. I thought this was just a piece of propaganda. They have 60,000 followers. They have a decent following on X, Twitter, however you'd like to call it. And they went on to say this. Brian Windhorst says the Lakers are, quote, a little bit stressed out, end of quote, about extending Luka. Quote, if he does not sign it, you will see teams begin to open up maneuvers to try to chase Luka. And that's the end of the quote from the one and only Brian Windhorst on ESPN. Now, it seems like there's a little bit of stress, a little bit of problem surrounding Luka and the Los Angeles Lakers when it comes to this contract extension. Luka doesn't seem itching at the bit to sign this extension. The Lakers seem to be stressed out just a bit, not only because Luka's not jumping at the bit trying to sign it, but also they don't know, it almost seems like they don't really know how to attack it with LeBron still on the roster and the roster still currently constructed the way it is. It seems like the Lakers are in a bit of a weird spot, and they don't know if they want to go out there and try to extend Luka because they know it's going to cost such an absurd amount of money. He's going into the final year of his contract. He's only going to be 26 years old for this year of his contract, which doesn't even make sense because he's legitimately, if not the greatest player walking the earth right now, he's in the top 3 to 5, and there's no debate. I'm being very, very, very generous when I say top 5, because there's not a lot of other players that are as good as Luka, especially when he's healthy and ready to go. Now, he'll be getting paid almost $46 million in this final year of his contract, and if he opts into the player option rather than opting out and testing free agency, he will then be owed $48.9 million next season from the Los Angeles Lakers. Now, do they want to extend him now? Do they want to go through this year and see if they fully get the Luka they're looking for? And really, will it work in LA? I'm here to tell you it's going to work in LA. If Luka's on your team, it doesn't matter the team in which you play for. Luka's going to go out there and he's going to be Luka. Whether or not you guys can win basketball games, that comes down to whether or not you can supply him with a good enough amount of talent surrounding him, whether it's in the starting lineup or coming off the bench, to be competitive amongst other powerhouse teams that maintain a lot of depth from the start of their lineup all the way into the end of their bench, like we saw with the Oklahoma City Thunder, as they were legitimately like a 11 or 12-person team deep. It didn't matter if they pulled out all 5 guys and then the entire second unit. They had basically another half of a starting lineup ready to go at all times. And there are names that a lot of casuals don't even know, but still when they get on the floor, they play the right brand of basketball, they play effectively, and they play hard. And it ends up with them playing winning basketball. Now, for the idea of Luka possibly becoming a part of this Miami Heat team, not only did we get the pictures and the videos of Bam Adebyo and Luka and others, that would just seem like it was a friendship made in heaven and ready to just be just solidified and put together on an organization where they're playing alongside one another. And not only did we get this tweet from Lakers Daily, but if you guys don't remember, back when we've had this conversation ad nauseum pre-seasons ago and off seasons ago, Miami's one of the top destinations for Luka. He loves Miami. He not only loves the weather, he loves the food, he loves the atmosphere, he loves the culture, he loves the organization. If he touches free agency, if Pat Riley, I think Luka would approach Miami before Miami approached Luka at this point. I genuinely believe that, and I wouldn't even be opposed to it. Now, would I be upset if Pat Riley, the Arison guys, and Nick Arison and Mickey Arison, as well as Eric Spoelstra and the rest of this front office, weren't just immediately on a plane flying to Luka the second he becomes available? I would have problems with that, but again, I have good faith that Luka would want to come to Miami, and he would hold out, wait for them to approach him, or possibly even go out of his way and approach them in hopes to plant a seed. Hey, I would love to play in this organization. I'm a big fan of Bam Adebyo. I'm a big fan of Kelal Ware. Bring me in there. Let me be the guy in Miami, and I think that would work out absolutely beautifully. Like we mentioned earlier, there's no stopping Luka. Luka is Luka. He's going to play his brand of basketball, and really, there's no way to stop it. He's one of very few players in the league where I will say this undoubtedly with all the confidence in the world. You can't stop him. Like, you can't. There's no way to. You're like, we'll make him go left. Yeah, right. And then he'll cook you 75 out of 75 times going left. And then you let him go right, and guess what he's going to do? He's going to manipulate you and everyone else on the basketball court, that's even the guys in the same jersey as him, because he's always a step ahead. You can't speed him up. You can't slow him down. You can't fuck up his footwork. He's damn near flawless every time. It really and truly feels that way when you watch him play the game of basketball, and really the art of basketball. And that's what it is when you get to watch him play. He's in a very, very small class of players that I feel like you can say that about. When SGA is on, he's one of those guys. You can't speed him up. You can't slow him down. What do? Well, you just pray he's not on that night, because, well, he's going to cook you and everyone else. And Luka's the same way, and there's a few other players that are in that class, but there's differences in the game in which they play. Luka and SGA, more of a hybrid, larger guard that has the ability to facilitate and handle the basketball at a level they have no business, based off the size and the presentation they maintain, in the sense of size, the overall length and stature they maintain. They go out there and they can handle the basketball like a true Hall of Fame point guard. And then when it comes to the offensive threat with putting the ball in the basket themselves, the bag's limitless. And it comes down to demanding attention and making the correct pass. It's limitless. He is a mold of perfection, especially when he takes care of himself, cuts down on his weight, and really treats himself like a professional athlete, which, based off these photos and the slew and surplus of photos that you see all over the internet now over the last week, 2 weeks, is Luka's in shape. He looks like he's going out for it. He wants an MVP type season, and he's going to be dominant for the Lakers. I can't wait to see how it all plays out. I hope Miami is very much in these conversations for someone like Luka later down the line, whether he forces his way out of LA as soon as this season because they don't extend him, or if it's because he opts out of his player option next season. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next episode of Heat Digest.